Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Martin, and we saw some thunderstorms today, but a lot of those thunderstorms have moved out of the area, and most of the heavy stuff just outside of the viewing area, though we do have some sticking around right now. We're going to get to that in just a little bit, but for tonight, 75 by midnight, then 71 chance of thunderstorms tomorrow morning, and that's going to continue into lunchtime, 82 degrees. Let's start Local 2 News right now.
Next, heavy flooding across the Basin prompts several high water rescues. The details and areas hit the hardest straight ahead. Also, we'll tell you about a group of young Marines in Big Spring trying to raise money with a bang. And a little boy steals the show at the College World Series. You don't want to miss this video. It'll definitely make your Sunday night. All those stories and more coming up.
Live from Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring, we're Basin Trusted, Basin Proud. This is Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Tropea. Thank you for spending your Sunday night with us for Local 2 News at 10. We begin tonight out of Midland, where police still searching for a man wanted for assault. A huge police presence earlier today here in the area between Garfield and Midkiff. Dozens of officers and the Midland SWAT team called out for an assault on a family member. We're told a man took off and police believed he was in a residence near Frontier Drive. A female victim transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening but serious blunt injuries. Now we spoke exclusively with the suspect's mother, who says this is an overreaction. She tells us the police were told her son was armed and dangerous, and that wasn't true.
I just think it was a gross display of, like he was Charles Manson or some murderer or something, and he's not.
Police continue to investigate tonight. And over in Odessa, heavy flooding across the city causing lots of high water rescues. Odessa police say they responded to 9 high water rescue calls today in many of the areas that typically flood when it rains. Grandview, Dixie and 42nd, and 2nd and West County Road. In your crime news tonight, Midland police need your help identifying a man in connection with credit card theft. Take a close look here at this man. He's wanted for questioning in a credit card abuse case amounting to almost $600. If you can help identify him, call Midland Crime Stoppers at 432-694-TIPS. And of course, you will remain anonymous. Elsewhere in the Basin, Fort Stockton police reporting some good news. A resident called in and said they found 2 bicycles in town. They appear to be in good condition, described as a boys and girls bike. Contact the Fort Stockton Police Department. That number there on your screen. If they belong to you, now of course you'll need to show proof of purchase before they will be released to anyone. And staying in Fort Stockton tonight, where gasoline siphoned out of 10 vehicles at motels on the west side of town. Motels involved include Super 8, the Atrium Inn, and La Quinta Inn. Officers asking the community to keep a close eye on the area, prompting a possible motel watch program in the future.
Just haven't had something like this happen in a long time, where multiple vehicles were hit.
If you have any information in the gas theft case, call the number there on your screen or leave a tip with Fort Stockton Crime Stoppers. With the 4th of July right around the corner, the National Retail Federation estimates Americans will spend more than $700 million on fireworks this year. One local youth organization out in Big Spring wants you to buy your stash from them. Local 2's Casey Jones tells us how this group of young Marines hopes to fund their activities with a bang.
A group of young Marines hoping to earn enough money to go to camp through this lucrative industry. It's their first time trying to raise money this way, but I spoke with a leader who says they expect to reach their goal, but not without your help. This small shack sits right outside of Big Spring city limits, but it's not your average fireworks stand. A generous amount of proceeds from this shop going to Crossroads Young Marines in Big Spring.
So we've tried bake sales and, donations and things like that. So this time we thought we'd try a better venue and doing fireworks.
Carrie Rodman, unit adjutant, bringing this group to town 6 years ago, giving young people something productive to do with their free time. Now she's hoping to raise a chunk of money to get the young Marines to camp.
We would like to make at least anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 to help us out.
Rodman using this profitable industry to benefit kids like Nathan and Maya.
Going to go to our encampment so we can camp and learn about camping and map and compass.
13-year-old Amaya tells me the young Marines teach him responsibility and leadership.
We learn how to do CPR, and they teach us by the Marine Corps ways.
He wants to achieve the goal so he and his fellow young Marines can continue to learn.
So we can do a lot more stuff and activities.
The group also reminding customers to please light responsibly.
There's all kinds of messages on the, warning labels and things like that on all the fireworks and stuff. We've got rules, regulations, and state laws for, Big Spring and everything.
You can catch the Crossroads Young Marines behind the TA truck stop off I-20 in Big Spring until the 4th of July. In the studio, Casey Jones, Local 2 News.
Thanks, Casey. And speaking of fireworks, you've probably seen tents pop up around town. That's because sales officially began on Friday. Truckload Fireworks tells us last year they sold about 180,000, and this year they hope to break that record.
Well, we're hoping to break 200 this year, maybe. If we can get more people to come out here and, get some fireworks, that'd be awesome.
Something important to remember, it is illegal to sell and shoot off fireworks inside city limits. Turning to Alpine, where hundreds gathered to honor the life of former Texas Ranger Joaquin Jackson at Sul Ross State University this weekend. Jackson served the state for more than 20 years. Friends, family, and former Texas Governor Rick Perry shared memories and the legacy he leaves behind.
He lived life to the fullest, and it's just a great privilege to be here to send him off. We'll cross that divide ourselves one of these days, and Joaquin will be there and welcome us into the pearly gates.
Sul Ross State University says they plan to rename the law enforcement program after Jackson to honor his life. And from former Texas Governor Rick Perry to U.S. Representative Will Hurd, the politicians remember Jackson as a legend.
It's a guy that is known far and wide, and it was great seeing so many people there honoring his life and his legacy, but also honoring the organization of the Texas Rangers, which has done so much for our state.
Now, to see the full story of friends and family honoring Joaquin Jackson this weekend, visit our website, yourbasin.com. Runners, get ready. Registration now open for the Atmos Energy 5K Freedom Run with something special this year, the chance to win a GoPro. The race starts bright and early at 8 a.m. on Saturday, July 2nd at First Baptist Church. All registrants will be entered for the chance to win a free GoPro camera. Proceeds will benefit the Midland Municipal Employees Scholarship Fund. Pre-race registration available online through June 29th at midlandtexas.gov for $30 per person. Now here's something to smile about. More than 500 Aspen dental locations across the nation provided free dental care for those who served our country. Their 4th annual day of service, giving away more than $1 million in services for veterans. This year, the dentist and West Texas owner says he had dozens of vets participate across the basin, a record turnout.
We saw around 10 new patients, 10 veterans, and we did 2 dentures, a reline, 2 crowns, lots of fillings, lots of scaling, root planning, which is worth $10,000.
The dentist says vets who missed this weekend's event encouraged to stop by the Midland or Odessa location, and you could get a new smile for free. We are your local election headquarters. A couple Texas politicians in the Basin this weekend. U.S. State Representative Will Hurd and former Governor Rick Perry. We caught up with them and got their thoughts on the presidential race. Let's take a listen.
Listen, there's about 6.5 months until November. Anything can happen. I'm focused on my re-election.
It's going to be the nominee, and I think Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States, and that makes me very happy.
And the latest in the race for the White House tonight, Hillary Clinton is leading Donald Trump in the race. That's according to 2 new polls of registered voters. A Washington Post ABC News survey shows Clinton ahead by 12 points, 51% to 39%, while a Wall Street Journal NBC News poll, meanwhile, pegs Clinton's lead at 5 points, 46% to 41%. Trump recently fired his campaign manager and received criticism from his party over his labeling of an Indiana-born federal judge as Mexican. The 12-point Clinton advantage suggests Trump's troubles badly damaged his campaign. However, the 5-point lead would indicate he has survived them. And from the presidential race to another hot topic, the decision making waves across the world as the UK voted this week for Brexit. Now some Brits are talking about Regrexit. An online petition is demanding a do-over of the referendum on leaving the EU. The petition already collected more than 2 million signatures on the official Parliament website, far above the threshold required for lawmakers to start a debate on the issue. Some voters who supported Brexit later tweeted that they changed their minds. Regrexit is the hashtag they used in their tweets. A British lawmaker said on Twitter that Parliament members will look into the petition on Tuesday. And this decision across the pond could have an impact here in the U.S. A financial advisor in Midland says the vote affects the stock market and investments here in the United States. Not a direct impact, but certainly a partial one.
It does impact some multinational corporations with investments in Britain that they use as gateways for trade throughout the European Union.
Cargyle says he thinks within a couple weeks, all of this commotion around Brexit will be forgotten here in the U.S. Still to come here on Local 2 News at 10, a 5-year-old boy tries to convince a former president to eat healthy. Coming up, the funny letter written to George H.W. Bush you don't want to miss.
And in weather, we're seeing thunderstorms, and we're going to continue to see them into Monday with more strong winds. Also expect low 90s to start your work week. That's all in weather. Coming up next.
60 months interest-free. What does that mean? It means $13 a month buys you this twin bed, dresser, and mirror in your choice of 3 colors, white, black, or gray. Just $7.77 or $13 a month interest-free. Only at Rooms To Go Kids.
Sarah got another promotion at work.
I could care less.
You mean couldn't care less?
That's what I said.
No, you said could care less.
Same thing.
Could care less means you still care a little.
But I don't.
Exactly. Couldn't care less.
Get into and out of life's tight spaces with the 2016 RAV4 with bird's eye view camera. Right now, get $750 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months on the adventurous 2016 RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
True or false? Adventure lies above. Adventure lies below. From the subterranean depths of Carlsbad Caverns to the cool water of the Pecos River. To the majestic Guadalupe mountain sunsets. Carlsbad is New Mexico true.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night, at Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
You're watching Local 2, Midland, Odessa.
60 months interest-free. What does that mean? It means $14 a month buys you this stylish 2-piece Cindy Crawford home sectional in 6 colors. 2 pieces only $7.95 or $14 a month interest-free. Only at Rooms To Go.
Now, your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
Welcome back. Ryan Martin joining us now. So Ryan, I was driving into Midland this afternoon from Odessa, and it just started pouring. And you know, I was pretty excited because I love the rain and we need it. Can we expect any more tonight?
Well, absolutely. We had some thunderstorms earlier today, and they're starting to make a comeback right now as we speak. But most of the heavy stuff right outside of the viewing area. Let's show you that right now on the Doppler radar. We're seeing some thunderstorms in Midland County right now. Let's get a closer look at that. Expect some pretty strong amounts of rain, some possible flooding, some heavy winds, but nothing too severe. As you can see, nothing on the red side. When it turns red, that's a bad sign, because right here, right outside of our viewing area in the southeastern portion of the outside of the viewing of the basin, we're seeing some pretty heavy thunderstorms over in the San Angelo viewing area. But right now, those thunderstorms are going to move out of the area, but then they're going to come. We're going to see some new thunderstorms develop possibly by tomorrow morning, and that's going to range anywhere between 5 a.m. to about 10 a.m. And then we'll start to see that clear out, and we do have a smaller chance of seeing some small flurries, small rain showers in Monday afternoon, but then we'll mostly see everything clear out by Tuesday morning. Now, right now on the satellite radar throughout the state of Texas, not really seeing anything. Most of the thunderstorms right here, right outside of the Permian Basin, but for the most part, pretty clear throughout the Lone Star State. But we are seeing some pretty heavy winds right now in the Permian Basin, seeing 16 right here in Odessa, Midland, 23 over in the Guadalupe Mountains. They're seeing some smaller thunderstorms out there. 8 down in Marfa, not too bad, but then right Dryden, where they're seeing some of those thunderstorms right now, 14-mile-an-hour wind speeds. We're going to see more of these winds in the next couple of days. Monday, expect more winds. As you can expect, we're seeing some thunderstorms, but most of that's going to be taken out in the west, anywhere between 10 to 20-mile-an-hour wind speeds in the western portion of the basin. We'll see about 15 to 20-mile-an-hour wind speeds out here in the eastern basin, but we'll start to see that clear out for Tuesday, though we could see a decent amount of breezy conditions throughout Tuesday and throughout the rest of the week, but nothing like we're going to see today and tomorrow. Now, wind gusts right now, not much to show on the radar, but peak gusts for today got all the way up to 39 in the Guadalupe Mountains, 24 in Carlsbad, 23 in Hobbs, 30 over in Fort Stockton, 32 in Odessa, Midland, and 23 in Big Spring. Now, the health index for today, still low for just about everything. Tree pollen low, mold and weeds, moderate for grass though, and this is all courtesy of Dr. John DeBray. You can visit his website, JohnDeBrayMD.com. Now, the almanac for today, this was quite a shocker. We had a high expected to be in the 90s today. We only got to 82. So just keep in mind, when we say the high is in the 90s, that doesn't mean it has to get there. 82 degrees today. We were just short of our average for the low of 69, but we were well below average, 94 usually. But today, in the 80s. Not bad, though. Who's complaining about that? Perfect temperatures. Right now, mild temperatures, 71 degrees, 16-mile-an-hour wind speeds, and a good amount of moisture in the air thanks to the thunderstorms that we're seeing. And you can expect a pretty humid week, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Right now, we're going to show you the temperatures across the state of Texas, 75 in Lubbock and Amarillo, but coming over into the eastern portion of the state, seeing the 80s, 83 in Houston, 82 in Corpus Christi, 82 in Brownsville, and 87 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Temperatures right now in the basin, seeing 60s in the Guadalupe Mountains, but mostly seeing 70s everywhere else, 79 in Winks, 77 in Hobbs. We are seeing 80s in Pecos, Presidio, and the Big Bend Mountains, while seeing 72 in Alpine and 77 in Fort Stockton. As I said before, a lot of moisture in the air thanks to these thunderstorms and clouds sticking around. 72 in Big Spring, 87 in Odessa, Midland, 54 in Wink, and then 58 in Pecos, but a little drier out into the southeastern portion of New Mexico, seeing the 40% range in Carlsbad right now. Now, getting to our regional forecast for tonight, another mild night in the northern basin, seeing temperatures in the low 60s, a couple high 60s though. Seminole 66 degrees, Andrews staying in the 70s, and then 67 in Big Spring for tonight. Tomorrow, probably not going to be seeing anything in the 90s. Andrews 92, but everywhere else going to stay in the 80s. And if we keep seeing more of this moisture in these thunderstorms, it could stay in the 80s most likely. Central Basin 69 in Penwell, 69 in Crane for a low tonight. And then going into tomorrow, 92 in Odessa, Midland, 88 in Penwell, 89 in Monahans and Grand Falls, 90 degrees for a high tomorrow. The Trans-Pecos 69 in Fort Stockton tonight, Bakersfield 69, Sanderson 70, Dryden 72. And then tomorrow, tomorrow. 91 in Pecos, 91 in Bakersfield, Irene at 90, and Sheffield at 91. Dryden going to be at 92 as well. Now going into the mountains, Marfa could get down into the 50s tonight as well as Valentine, but Presidio is going to stay strong in the 70s, 74 degrees for the low. And then tomorrow, 94 degrees for the high in Presidio, Marfa 80. Fort Davis going to stay in the 70s though, 77 for a high. Now looking at the 7-day forecast, still a strong chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, especially Monday morning. That's when we're going to be seeing about a 50% chance of thunderstorms. So make sure you pack your rain jacket when you go out to work tomorrow. But most likely you won't be needing that towards the end of the day, but you always want to be safe. Then expect no chances of rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Going to be a clear week with temperatures in the low to mid 90s, 96 on Thursday and Friday, and then up into the high 90s by Saturday next weekend. But low 90s tomorrow, chance of rain, you know what to do. Rain jacket, umbrella, 2 hands though. Remember?
Absolutely. Well, you know, Ryan, I have to say, I really enjoyed the weather today. It was kind of nice for a change, waking up to some clouds and some rain. It was refreshing.
Absolutely.
Plus, we always can use the rain. So, but we got to brace ourselves for the West Texas wind coming our way. Not that it's any different any other day of the week, but it's going to be a bit stronger this week, right?
We love the rain. We don't like when we get too much of it, but it doesn't look like we're going to get too much of it tomorrow.
I'm excited. I got my rain boots, my jacket. I'm ready. And I know you're ready. Thanks, Ryan. Coming up, did our favorite forgetful fish outswim its competition at the box office? Find out just how much Finding Dory raked in this weekend.
Know of a community event or news story? Then contact us. You can call 432-563-4421. Email news@kmid.tv. Like us on Facebook at Local 2 News-KMID. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Local 2 News KMID.
Solid wood, Mother Nature's finest material for crafting bedroom and dining room. I'm Bob Mills, and since 1946, Kincaid has been known for solid wood, and they feature hand-finished dovetail self-closing drawers. And Bob Mills Furniture is the new home for Kincaid, featuring all their new introductions. Oh, open a Bob Mills Money Card account and receive a special discount on your first Kincaid purchase.
Bob Mills Furniture. Discover better living.
Looking for the best boat your money can buy? Check out Tracker, Nitro, Sun Tracker, and Tahoe boats. Backed by the best factory warranties in the business. And Tracker is holding the line on pricing. Most 2016 boats are at or below last year's prices. Like the 2016 Tracker Protein 190TX for $1,100 below the 2014 price. 2016 boats at 2015 prices. At the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boating Center in Midland.
$1 over invoice. $1 over invoice on every 2016 Kelly Grimsley Honda in stock. Attention Permian Basin. This is a limited time offer from Kelly Grimsley Honda. Take immediate delivery of any new 2016 Kelly Grimsley Honda and you'll pay $1 over invoice. And with every purchase, you receive free lifetime oil changes and state inspections. Call 33 Honda now. Click KellyGrimsleyHonda.com. $1 over invoice. Exclusively at Kelly Grimsley Honda on JBS Parkway.
I love these new bacon chili cheese conies. Bacon and cheese, 2 great things coming together.
I know, man, just like this car. Part sedan, part pickup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although, technically, there's chili out here, so it's really 3 great things.
Just like this car. Part truck, part car, part chick magnet.
Okay, but there's no women around.
Yeah, because magnets attract and repel. Hey, girl. No? Cool.
It's 4 things in one. The $5 Sonic Boombox featuring a hot dog, junior cheeseburger, side, and a drink. This is how you Sonic.
Hi, y'all. Bart Rager, Rager Dykes Automall in Midland. Your friend in the car business.
Basin trusted, Basin proud. You're watching Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Welcome back. In your health news tonight, raising children, no easy task, and where you live can play an important role in a young person's life. A recent study took a look at which states provide the best quality of life for kids and which places need improvement. Jennifer Whalen brings us tonight's Health Minute.
Is Minnesota the most child-friendly U.S. state? A new report says, you betcha. For the second year in a row, the Annie E. Casey Foundation puts it atop its list of best states to raise a family. The rest of the study's top 5, Massachusetts, Iowa, New Hampshire, and Connecticut. In reaching its conclusions, the foundation looked at the following categories: economic and health conditions, education, and quality of communities. Meanwhile, the report found poorer, mostly southern states to be among the least child-friendly. Here's the bottom 5: Alabama, Nevada, Louisiana, New Mexico, and at number 50, Mississippi. According to the study, New Mexico had the highest rate of children living in poverty at 30%. That figure is just 15% in Minnesota. Finally, the report found nationally 6% of children lacked health insurance in 2014. That's a 10% improvement from 2008. For today's Health Minute, I'm Jennifer Whalen.
And staying with health tonight, this is pretty funny. A 5-year-old boy tried to convince former President George H.W. Bush to give broccoli a second chance. Back in 1990, Bush said he hates broccoli and he reportedly banned it from Air Force One. But he recently received this letter from a boy named Cooper who urged him to reconsider. Bush posted the letter on Twitter. Cooper wrote to Bush that broccoli is good for him and that he should give it a try. The former president tweeted that he is proud of Cooper's interest in healthy living. He also said that Cooper's love for broccoli is genuine, but it didn't get him to change his mind. And Tara Talmadge joining us now to talk some sports tonight. That kid sounds so cute. His name is Cooper. You know what? He gets an A for effort for trying.
Yeah.
But I can't say I myself am a fan of broccoli, so
yeah, I
can
can't join
understand.
him on that boat.
Yeah.
But speaking of cute kids, there was a child at the College World Series that definitely stole the show. He was super, super cute. And speaking of baseball, we're going to start off with the Rockhounds. Coming up next in your Local 2 Sports, the Rockhounds wrap up their series with San Antonio entering the All-Star break. See highlights from today's game when we come back.
Foster kids in your area need dedicated volunteer advocates to speak up on their behalf.
That's why Coach and I are teaming up with CASA to recruit people like you to serve the growing number of abused and neglected children in foster care. Can you help as a CASA volunteer by yourself or with a partner? If you have a heart for children and you are willing to help, please join us today.
Be the voice of hope for a child in foster care. Become a volunteer with CASA.
Learn more at CASAWTX.org.
From the best quality meats to the freshest seasonal produce, United Supermarkets helps you save more on everything you need to make your summer party shine. United Supermarkets, where service meets savings. Super value packs of Smithfield pork chops are only 97 cents a pound.
Summer's here, but we're the ones bringing the heat. Consider this your invitation to the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. Get $2,000 bonus cash on the 2016 Challenger SXT, and Texas residents get an additional $1,000 bonus cash.
Your Tundra can haul loads of gravel.
It can, but I'm busy.
How about cinder blocks?
Yeah, no. Going riding.
Let's pull out stumps.
Rather go fishing.
Gravel is back.
Okay, enough with the gravel.
The 2016 Toyota Tundra. For those who believe play is the new word. Qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 special edition cash on a new 2016 Special Edition Tundra for a total savings over $5,600. Toyota, let's go places.
Now, your Local 2 Sports.
Welcome into your Local 2 Sports. I'm Tara Talmadge. Midland diver Taryn Gilliland finished in 7th place at the finals of the women's 10-meter individual event of the U.S. Olympic team diving trials on Saturday. The 13-year-old came into Saturday's finals in 7th place and needed to finish in the top 2 to earn a spot on Team USA. But even though she didn't qualify for the upcoming Olympics, Gilliland did accomplish one goal, proving that she's still a serious competitor despite being one of the youngest divers at the trials.
To show all the judges that I can be an Olympic hopeful someday, and to just, trust in God and everything that I do.
Now time to dive into some football. Saturday, UTPB hosted a one-day football camp, breaking in the team's new turf field. High school athletes from across West Texas showed up, putting forth their best effort to make an impression on head coach Justin Carrion.
quite a few of them in that group that we're truly evaluating. Some of them are a little bit younger, and so it's more of keeping an eye on them in their next couple of years of high school. But there's quite a few guys in the camp today that we'll for sure be recruiting over the next 6 to 8 months.
From football to baseball, the Rockhounds taking on the Missions today. Bottom of the fifth, Hounds up 1-0. Danny O connects and Nelson Ward gets butterfingers. Drops the ball and the Hounds now have a runner on first and third. JP Sportman up, hits it right over the mound to center, and Matt Chapman jogs it in to put the Hounds up 2-0. Danny O now on second, makes a run for it, slides into third just right under River Stevens. Hounds with the runner on first and third now. Franklin Barreto up at bat for the Hounds, gets a good hit, and River Stevens scoops it, throws it to first, but Barreto is safe. And Danny O makes it home to put the Hounds up 3-0. Top of the ninth, same score, and Bobby Wall throwing some heat right here, gets Nick Torres to go down swinging. And that's how it ends, folks. Hounds win 3-0 as the league's 8 clubs enter All-Star break. Now 5 Rockhounds qualified for this year's Texas League All-Star Game. Infielder Franklin Barreto, Matt Chapman, and Wade Kirkland, catcher Bo Taylor, and pitcher Corey Walter have all been named to the South Division All-Star team. The game takes place this Tuesday, June 28th at Hammonds Field in Springfield, Missouri. Now staying with baseball, TCU's first trip to the College World Series Finals will have to wait. After earning 2 chances to get there, the Horned Frogs couldn't reach the championship series, losing for a second consecutive night to Coastal Carolina in the semifinals. Coastal Carolina also defeated Big 12 champion Texas Tech in the losers bracket before beating TCU twice to reach its first final. They will now face off against Arizona in a best-of-3 series starting on Monday, trying to win the national championship in their first appearance at the College World Series. Now, while this game was great, it's a young fan that really stole the show. This little guy trolled the ESPN broadcast, staring deep into the camera before showing off some moves from his comfort of his own seat at TD Ameritrade Park. Keep doing what you're doing, kid. He's super funny. I've seen this meme all over Twitter and Facebook.
I can't get enough of this. We need to leave the video playing for a while. My favorite is when he gets his shoulders in there. He starts dancing.
He does
a little bit
shimmy here and there.
Look at his eyebrows.
And this goes on for a while. If you can see that clock down there, it goes on for almost 2 minutes. And then his mom finally catches on right about here. It is great.
Noticed for a while. That's hilarious.
Here she goes. So the best part is that normal kids would have stood up and, gotten super excited, but no, kept it cool. Just wanted to have a staring contest.
Kids really do say and do the darndest things. But you know what, Tara? There's a lot of congratulations in order to the Rockhounds for making it into, just some of them for making it into the Texas League All-Star Game.
No, that is such an accomplishment. And they also had 5 people from their staff that made it to the game as well. So it's going to be really exciting for them.
And congratulations to Taryn. I know that was really
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah,
she's 13 and made it to the Olympic trials finals.
Incredible.
Come on, guys. What were you doing at 13?
Well, congratulations to everyone. Thank you, Tara. We'll be right back with more after this.
At Prescription Shop Pharmacy, located at 813 Hospital Drive in Andrews, our Health Mart pharmacists are your trusted healthcare resource. When you visit Prescription Shop Pharmacy, you'll receive great service and less waiting time compared to the national chain pharmacies. Your service is prompt, personal, and includes 2 convenient drive-through windows where the wait for prescriptions is minimal, and free local delivery is available in Andrews. For online refills, visit our interactive website or the Health Mart mobile app on your smartphone. Visit Prescription Shop in Andrews today. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hi, welcome to Tilted Kilt.
Tilted Kilt in Midland is my new favorite spot. These burgers, they just melt in your mouth.
Don't take our word for it. Come try us yourself. Tilted Kilt, the best-looking sports pub in Midland. Corey Sly Electric has been proudly providing services to our local community since 1988.
It feels so true. When I'm with you, I'm free. A place I go that feels like home to me. It feels so true.
True or false? The greatest adventures defy the laws of the universe and enlighten us with fun-filled events. Roswell, is New Mexico true?
South Plains Implement has John Deere tractors starting as low as $99 a month. Our 32 horsepower model starting at $179 a month. And this trailer package starting at $285 a month. Whatever your needs, South Plains Implement has all your John Deere tractor equipment, parts, and services.
Need a vacation? Yeah, we hear ya. Enter the Local 2 Summer Fun Getaway. 2 families will win 4 tickets to Schlitterbahn, the premier Texas water park. Go now to yourbasin.com to enter and for contest details.
All right, 7-day forecast, a 50% chance of thunderstorms on Monday. Then we'll see some clearing starting on Tuesday. Temperatures in the low 90s to start your work week.
Finding Dory easily outswam the competition, landing in first place for the second weekend with $73.2 million at the box office. I'm not surprised. That number gives Dory the honors of best second weekend for an animated movie and 8th highest second weekend for any film. That's pretty exciting. I have not seen it. It is on my list. I love Finding Nemo. I'm sure I would love Finding Dory.
I saw it.